Everyone keeps saying the same thing. Bitcoin adoption is right around the corner. Honestly, that phrase is about as overused as the Fed's money printer. But something changed this week. Did you notice? Or is it just me? Where's my sweatshirt? In this video, we're going to talk about the onslaught of bullish news that recently hit us and how Bitcoin adoption might actually be just around the corner. Dude, will you just shut up with that stuff? Sorry, I'm Oceans. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Let's dive in. By the way, why are we always diving into things? Shouldn't we just maybe dip a toe first? Or have you noticed that Bitcoin's price is coiled up recently? Okay, when is Bitcoin's price not coiled up? Regardless, we've been in the 80 to 90K range for some time. And you know that moment Bitcoin becomes boring is exactly the moment you need to be paying attention. And what hit my feed this week was a cornucopia of adoption stories. So what changed? What changed is who is talking about Bitcoin and how they're talking about it and what they're no longer debating. You had posts circulating featuring politicians, politicians' sons, and financial analysts of all kind. Like this clip right here of Tom Lee saying Bitcoin will double in as early as this month.
I think crypto prices are beginning to actually recover. That's why I think Bitcoin can double from here by the end of January. Now, many people don't expect it because of the 4-year cycle. And that's going to be the big question. If Bitcoin breaks 125 in January, there is no 4-year cycle.
You had Trump talking about clarity in the crypto industry.
It's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar. And it's a great thing for our country. So
you had the SEC chair giving a 4-minute speech explaining why Bitcoin and crypto represent the most advanced financial system in the world.
This technology allows for privacy-preserving tools that the analog world could not provide, such as zero-knowledge proofs, selective disclosure, and wallet designs that allow users to prove compliance without handing over their entire financial history or personal details to intermediaries or to the government.
You even have charges being brought against Jerome Powell.
we're thinking about bringing a suit against Powell for incompetence because think of it, these aren't outstanding buildings. These are small buildings.
There's a shift happening in the attitude of Bitcoin, and it seems like it's happening all at once. Markets don't change when people get excited. Markets change when people stop arguing. And this week, people stopped arguing.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Decades out of date, that's what he said. Trump is telling us that we're on the verge of transforming our entire financial system. Maybe that's why his son started that mining facility. Wait, Eric Trump, the Eric Trump runs a Bitcoin mining facility? Oh yeah, he does.
Hey friends, Eric Trump. Welcome to American Bitcoin. It's a little sneak peek of our facility in Texas using American energy to mine Bitcoin right here on American soil. We could not be more proud of this facility. 35,000 of these servers right here, all liquid cooled, securing the network, mining Bitcoin. Every single day we mine about 2% of the world's Bitcoin supply, and we safeguard it every single day. So when people say that cryptocurrency is intangible, it's not. It's very tangible. And this right here, guys, is living proof. Take a look at the company, come join us. We could not be more excited about our growth. I truly believe that we're building one of the great crypto companies anywhere on earth.
It's pretty bullish if you ask me. There's also news about local and federal governments that are positioning around Bitcoin. Arizona, for instance, just introduced a bill to eliminate taxes on crypto. And recently, Florida just had news about entering the strategic Bitcoin reserve space. Trump is even dunking on the previous administration for selling Bitcoin, mostly during the Biden administration.
Fortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. Not a good thing to have done. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows, right? Who knows? Who knows? But so far, it's been right. And well, let's keep it that way.
But here's the key point. Adoption stories are springing up all over the place just in the beginning of this new year. I wonder what will spring up in spring or October. I'm definitely dialing in my Rustin today with all the bullish news.
Crypto, and to me, it's an industry. I view it as an industry, and I'm president. And if we didn't have it, China would, or somebody else would, but most likely China. China would love to. And we've dominated that industry. It's a big industry, by the way. In fact, when the stock market went down recently, crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we invest in. We invest in it, but really that was an industry that wasn't doing particularly well. I got involved with it a couple of years ago, and before the second term. I got involved before I decided to run. I only decided to run because I saw what was happening, and Biden was incompetent, and the administration was crooked and incompetent. And I was in Bitcoin then, not knowing if I was going to do it a third time. So it's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar. And it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. You know, I have I have kids, and they invest in different things. They do believe in it. But I'm president, and what I did do there is build an industry that's very important. And, you know, if we didn't have it, China would. Okay. Sir, Mr. President.
And not to totally switch gears here, which is what people say when they are totally ready to switch gears. But here's more bullish news for Bitcoin. The current Fed chair, Jerome Powell, and his band of brothers down at the Fed might actually have some explaining to do.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2. This came from us?
Yes.
Remember this clip of Jerome and Trump side by side during a walkthrough of the new ad to the Fed building? Well, this week, Trump announced that he's considering legal action against Jerome Powell over incompetence. Take a look.
We're thinking about bringing a suit against Powell for incompetence, because think of it, these aren't outstanding buildings. These are small buildings. He said $4 billion more. It's going to end up costing more than $4 billion. $4 billion. It's the highest price of construction. Again, Democrats, highest price of construction per square foot in the history of the world. Gorgeous monuments are built for a much smaller price. So we're thinking about bringing a gross incompetence, what's called gross incompetence lawsuit. It's gross incompetence against Powell. The guy's just incompetent. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. He's just a very incompetent man.
Powell, of course, responded with scathing backfire. Well, it wasn't necessarily scathing, more like a character in an oatmeal commercial.
On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned, in part, a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do.
Now, why would this interaction be bullish for Bitcoin? Well, it seems that more and more pressure is being put on the Fed to stop their shenanigans and to start firing up the money printer, which is also in discussion. Powell also mentions a hidden fear of his, which is that the public will no longer need the Fed. And that squares pretty solid with the properties of Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is really its own central bank network, with the only difference being that no one person controls it and anyone has access. What you're seeing right now is the early stages of adoption, or perhaps it's the middle stages or the late stages. I'm not really sure what stage it is, but the broader crypto media is talking less about memes. There's more discussion around long-term positioning, and there are fewer ideological arguments and more pragmatic ones. And that's how you know that something is maturing. And if you've been around long enough, you've seen this pattern before with the internet, with smartphones, with social media, with cloud computing. First it's mocked, then it's debated, then it's assumed, then you win. Something like that, right?
Like if you roll the clock back to 2007, Steve Jobs invents the iPhone. And, people thought, oh, it's a toy. By 2009, the iPhone's got an app store. And if you understood anything about software, the iOS is a new operating system, and it's going to be its own ecosystem, at least as important as the web. And it's going to spawn an entire new generation of applications, right? And the mobile wave is responsible for what, like $5 trillion, $5 to $10 trillion of wealth over the next decade. Can you imagine someone sitting around saying, oh, I get mobile device technology, and you're trying to time the market in Apple stock in 2011? Like you're buying and selling Apple stock in 2011. You want to shake them. Like, are you out of your mind? I'm trading Facebook stock back and forth between $8 a share and $4 a share and $12 a share. And you just want to do this. Like, do you not understand that one day every single person on the planet is going to have one of these things in their pocket, and it's going to go up by a factor of 100, and you're trying to trade Apple stock between $1.25 and $1.17 and bragging about how you bought it at $1.25 and sold it at $2.11? And have you figured out the consequences of being short the share if it goes up by $100? Like the amount, are you out of your mind? Because, by the way, I spent 30 years in the business, and I obsess over this every single freaking minute of the day. And I wrote a book on it, right? I wrote the book.
Now let's address the objection, because ignoring it would be dishonest. Yes, people have said adoption is coming for years. They have. So what's different now? Well, here's the difference. Before, the question was, can Bitcoin survive? Now, the question is, how do we integrate it responsibly? That shift only happens after something passes the point of no return. And once that happens, the market doesn't need your belief anymore.
Comes the next step, a good bipartisan effort by both houses of Congress to bring certainty to the market structure regarding cryptocurrencies. And this fits in with the president's focus on making America the crypto capital of the world. So if you have clear legislation and clear rules, then you have certainty in the marketplace. And so I think we're behind it. We are very bullish on the effects of a bill getting to the president to be signed this year, and I think that'll really be a huge help to the crypto marketplace and for investors in that.
Adoption doesn't look like everyone's buying Bitcoin all at once. It looks more like institutions dipping a toe, or regulators changing language for toe dipping, or capital plunging their entire feet while sealing their lips. It's boring, it's subtle, and it's exactly how every major system change begins. Which brings us to tools, because belief without tools is useless. I'm going to pause here for one moment and mention sat123.com, which provides satellite phones that work even when cell towers, internet, and power grids do not. If you don't have signal, if you don't have infrastructure, it's no problem. These phones connect directly to satellites, meaning that you still have communication even when everyone else goes dark. So go to sat123.com and use the promo code SIMPLY for 15% off your entire purchase. Bitcoin teaches you one thing early: redundancy is paramount. And sat123.com is like an entire website of redundancy for communication. Accidental lost seed phrases and clumsy backups are how people get wiped out. If you're serious about taking self-custody of your Bitcoin and want confidence instead of fear, check out the bitcoinway.com. They'll walk you step by step through secure key storage, hardware wallet setup, encrypted backups, and even running your own Bitcoin node. You get real guidance tailored to you, so you're not guessing at every critical decision. Plus, there's even on-demand support for advanced topics like multi-sig and inheritance planning. Nobody touches your keys. You retain control with someone who's been there coaching you every single step. Get started at thebitcoinway.com/beyondbitcoin for a 30-minute free consultation, because if you're going to take self-custody of your Bitcoin, you need to do it with confidence, not with fear. So here's the part that most people miss. Man, people are always missing something, huh? The real adoption moment isn't when Bitcoin becomes popular. It's when sitting out of the conversation starts to feel irresponsible. We're not there yet, but we're close enough that people are repositioning now. And that's what this week feels like with all the bullish news coming out. It's not a celebration or euphoria. It's more like preparation, like it's coming. Bitcoin is a network, but most people still experience it alone. That's why you should go to download the ClubOrange app, formerly the Orange Pill app. So if you're familiar with the Orange Pill app, it's now called ClubOrange. It's a Bitcoin-only social network built to help you find real Bitcoiners near you, discover events, and connect with other merchants and communities that actually live Bitcoin. Go to ClubOrange today and download the app. You can DM me at Oshins, O-S-H-I-N-S. And I read all my messages there, and I look forward to hearing from you. Now back to the show. As we can see with all the bullish news coming out this week, adoption sometimes arrives with fireworks, but most of the time it's pretty quiet. It's through language, behavior, and assumptions. And by the time it's obvious, the opportunity to position early is already gone. So make sure you go out there and you study some Bitcoin. I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button below, or you could subscribe to the Simply Bitcoin channel for more content like this. We're coming out with it every single day of the week. Also, do not forget to hit that notification bell. I'm Oshins. This is Beyond Bitcoin. Until next time.